Hello friends, and welcome to MissionViewfinder. Today I have a question for you, and that is, why does God want you to be saved? There's a lot of reasons, right? And the most commonly heard one is in John 3:16, God loves us. It's true. It's probably the biggest overarching theme. But today we want to talk about another purpose that God has for us when we have given ourselves to Him. This is part 4 in the series, Why Do Ministry? One of the things that I think we all as humans long for and want to have is purpose. Why are we here? What are we doing? For many people, they choose a purpose or a goal or a focus of money, of fame, of whatever this world might have to offer that they want. And that comes with emptiness. But God, He cares about us, and He knows we need that purpose and that fulfillment in our lives. And many people are looking for that fulfillment, though they may not be able to put into words exactly what they want. They just know they're missing something. That something comes from a relationship with God. That is the surrender of ourselves to God, and then He fills us, and that is filling the void that nothing in this world can fill. So saved to serve, not just having that relationship, but sharing God's love with others, is one of the big purposes that God has for me and for you in our salvation, in our saving relationship with Him. When the phrase saved to serve came into my mind and I was thinking about it, the story that came to my mind was that of Saul in the New Testament, the Saul who became Paul. Now, Saul had a lot of talents. He was a leader. He was very passionate, very zealous, and he was doing what he thought was following God and upholding, protecting God's church or whatever, by persecuting the actual followers of God, of Jesus. And he was, he had those talents that God had given him, but they were being used against God. And God got a hold of him on that road to Damascus. It wasn't just for those talents that God wanted him to be used for His glory, but God really loved Saul, like He loves you and me. He wanted Saul to be free from this deception that he was trapped in, thinking that he was serving God. So God wanted him saved. He wanted him to be in a relationship with Jesus for that fact, but also to use him in His work so that through Paul's service, so many more could be blessed. So Saul was persecuting and fighting against God, and Paul was working for him. And I praise the Lord that the work of Paul after his conversion was much greater than the work of Saul before that change happened. You look at the Bible. I mean, so many people have been blessed by Paul's writings, and we can learn so much from them. So God wanted to use Saul after his conversion, and he became Paul to really serve in a lot of different ways.
There's a story in the Bible that's found in 3 of the Gospels, and it's recorded slightly different between the different Gospels, but as we put the story together, there was at least one, probably 2 men who Jesus encountered who were demon-possessed. And Jesus ended up casting the demons out of them, and they're just like, this is amazing, this is wonderful, like, I'm finally free from this demon, or I should say, a lot of demons that have been oppressing me. And what is their natural reaction? Like, what do they want to do? Well, quite naturally, they want to follow Jesus. They want to go with Him. They want to be His disciples. But what did Jesus say? Go home and tell people what I've done for you. He didn't say, come follow me. There were lots of other people He had told that, but to these men, He said, go and tell people what I've done for you. And they did just that. They went all over the countryside and they told everybody what Jesus had done for them. And we know the results. If you keep reading in the Bible, we can read later on that when Jesus came back, the people were ready to receive him. These men had done what God had asked them to. They did what Jesus sent them to do. They fulfilled the new purpose that they had in this new life that Jesus had given them. And the results were amazing. You know, regardless of the purpose that these men had, or felt that their purpose was in life before Jesus set them free, they were given an entirely new purpose in life after they accepted Jesus into their life, after they were set free. And I think that's something that we miss sometimes. It's like we accept Jesus and then we keep on with like the same purposes in life. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. Here's one of the reasons that I think Jesus gives us this new purpose. And I think of it kind of like a cycle. So it's like when you start serving Christ, when you start doing his work, it actually draws you closer to him. And as you're drawn closer to him, then you're able to serve him better. So it's like the more you serve him, the closer you are to him. The closer you are to him, the better you serve him. And then it's an upward spiral. New purpose, new life, and it gets better and better and better. Thank you for joining us here on Mission Viewfinder today. If you have anything you'd like to share, please feel free to drop us a comment. And if you haven't already, hit like and subscribe, and be sure to join us next week for the next part of Why Do Ministry.